Hello Taurus, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future. Answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? As I do in all of my readings, I've pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second. But I still have the tarot deck that we'll be using, and then the clarification deck and the advice deck that we'll be using to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done general readings. I was on vacation, and then I actually went on another vacation. So I'm finally getting back into general readings. I had some personal readings to catch up on and still do, so I'm slowly going to be releasing readings over the next couple of weeks. But other than that, I'm happy to be back, and I'm going to go ahead and jump in. All right, Taurus, in your recent past, you have shadow work with the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like I'm speaking to a collective who has been very focused on themselves recently, like self-growth, healing, maybe even specifically doing shadow work. You know, shadow work is kind of a very specific time or specific type of inner work, focusing on, you know, self-reflection and accountability and things of that nature. But I feel like there can be a little bit of shadow work that appears in really just all forms of healing. And I feel like, you know, I feel like this is something that you've been investing in for a while with the Knight of Pentacles, and maybe it feels like it hasn't paid off, or, you know, some days you feel like it is and other days you feel like it doesn't. But I do feel like this collective that I'm speaking to is very much headed in a very positive direction, because in your current energy you have changes with the Justice card here. So whether or not you're aware of it, I feel like the majority of the collective that I'm speaking to is largely actually not aware of this happening in their energy, but I feel as if things are being set up to change in a very positive way. And with this Justice card here, this very much feels like the tables are turning kind of energy. It feels like, you know, maybe you've been really kind of going through it, or just experiencing like things that feel very unfair. And I feel like this is things starting to turn in your favor. Now, before karmic balances, if you will, start to come into our energy, sometimes it can feel as if things are getting worse before they get better. So I definitely feel like this could kind of be the energy of, like, you know, it's darkest before dawn. That kind of energy, where it feels like, I don't know, you know, things haven't gotten better, they're not getting better, they seem to be getting worse. But I feel like whether or not you realize it, there are kind of like positive shifts starting to take place in your energy. Now, in your immediate future, and I really like this energy for you, you have strength with the 10 of Cups here, and then the overall theme of the reading is good fortune. So this is what I mean by the collective that I'm speaking to is headed toward very positive energy, even if maybe it doesn't feel like it. And the biggest thing that jumps out to me with these cards, you have this 10 of Cups here, is this rainbow. I see this rainbow here, and I know this isn't necessarily a rainbow, but I still kind of feel like that's what I'm kind of being drawn to here. You know, the rainbow is like that beauty after the storm kind of energy. The Strength card is kind of a testament to your ability to keep going, to keep moving, to keep your empathy, your compassion, your integrity, despite things being unfair, and that ultimately paying off. You know, I know so many people, you know, start to become what has hurt them, or they allow the ways that they've been hurt to become the ways that they, you know, turn cold, or that they close their heart off. And I feel like I'm speaking to a collective that is staying very open, and, you know, continuing to show up in your authenticity, and all of that, I feel like, is what this Strength card is really talking about. And then that brings about very positive changes into your life, or a very positive outcome. I don't know, outcome definitely is what resonates more than like changes, which like I guess the positive outcome could include changes, but I feel like whatever situation you're kind of going through, I do feel like at the end of the day there is a positive outcome waiting for you. I especially think that one of the things we have to remember, and this is this is actually, I think, one of the most difficult parts of healing and growing and learning and evolving, is a lot of times when we crack open on a healing journey, it does feel like things are getting worse first. It feels like things feel a lot worse, things feel a lot heavier, but it always is worth it in the end. But that's just the overall energy. So let's jump into the deeper energy, Taurus, here. For your recent past, you have shadow work with the Knight of Pentacles. But yeah, I definitely get this, like, the tables are turning, or the tables will turn, maybe. Tables will turn. Because I feel like whatever outcome, it does work out in your favor here. Okay. Past energy for Taurus. There's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, right out of the gate. Not so fun experiences. And I feel like this is what you've been dealing with for maybe a while now, is it's like you're trying to do all of this work, or you're trying to maybe even put like good out into the world, or trying to show up in this, positive, loving energy, and it feels like you're getting pushback. It's like, it feels like things just aren't working out. Things aren't going your way. It's like no matter how much you try, no matter how much work you do on yourself, or, how much you try to show up in the best way for your life, it just feels like it doesn't matter. But it does matter. One of the things that I've certainly learned is that a lot of times when we do start to show up with positive energy, we will get pushback. It's almost like this resistance that just kind of naturally happens, and the way that we handle that resistance kind of determines the outcome. So if we continue to show up with faith, with courage, like I said, compassion, integrity, all of the things that really get tested when you're dealing with that resistance, it always works out in our favor. So I do definitely feel like things haven't been all that fun for you, Taurus, as of recently, but I do think that at the end of the day, things are going to work out in your favor. I do. I feel like that's like the biggest thing coming through in this reading. Okay, past energy for Taurus. But I do feel like it very much depends how you handle the resistance or the challenges. Recent past for Taurus. Whoa. King of Swords in reverse. Oof. Okay. Ace of Cups, Emperor, Magician. Six of Swords in reverse. Okay. There is, when we're trying our best, in whatever capacity that means, when we're trying our best and things just aren't working, it's going to be natural that you start to turn within and go, I must not be good enough, or there's something wrong with me, or, I just must not be meant to experience love or success or whatever the case is. And it's natural to start to really doubt yourself. And I feel like that self-doubt that maybe you've been kind of forced to face is like the biggest, how do I put that? Okay, hang on. The self-doubt that I feel like that is coming up during this time, it's almost like the way that you're going to overcome that is going to almost deepen this confidence in yourself and who you are and where you're going and what you're doing, that it actually creates greater results in the end, better results in the end. So that's why I said I feel like things are going to work out in your favor, but I feel like it's very much going to be dependent on how you handle the challenging time. Allowing yourself to continue to show up in the best way, even if it feels like the universe is just like knocking you down, kicking you while you're down, setting you on fire, like, while you're down there. It's really about continuing to show up in the best way you can. But a lot of reverse cards right out of the gate. So let's see what else we've got. So, and I feel like this is also everything you're going through. I think that someone out there needs to hear that you should be very proud of how you're handling things, because I feel like your past self wouldn't handle things as well as you are now. And that is a testament to how much work you've done on yourself. So just because you're experiencing challenges doesn't mean the work that you've done has gone in vain. It just means that you're experiencing, I mean, life is full of challenges. You never get to a point in life where your challenges and your obstacles and the issues go away. But you do, as you grow, as you heal, as you evolve, you become better equipped to handle them in a better way for you and for the people around you. So I don't know, I feel like I'm speaking to a collective that might be very down on themselves, but should actually be very proud of themselves. But I think you'll feel like that pride later on too. Like, even if it's like, well, I don't feel like I have anything to be proud of. Like, I feel like you're going to get to the other side of this and you'll be like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so proud of myself for getting through that, for making it through that. All right, past energy for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know? Lovers with the Emperor in reverse. Let me clarify this. The Lovers with the Emperor in reverse. No, that's way too many cards. I don't like the way they came out. There's the Moon. Queen of Pentacles. So whether you're male or female, there you are, Earth sign energy. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Give me just a second, because I can't, when I get this, I don't get how it relates to this. The Emperor with the Lovers in reverse, the Moon, and the, okay, that makes way more sense. Okay, because yes, this Lovers in reverse, it's very obvious. Ooh, okay, I really like this energy. It's very obvious with this Lovers in reverse that you have not been experiencing circumstances that align with what you deserve. Like, it very much feels like things have been very, unfair is the word that keeps coming to mind. But yet you continue to show up in this Emperor energy, whether you're male or female. And the reason why I feel like it's important you understand that you're like to continue to show up as this Emperor, it's handling things with grace, with like a, I don't know if like leadership mentality makes sense, or like a, I don't know, it's almost as if you continue to stand strong in who you are and what you believe in. And that is so important, Taurus, because there's a lot of fear with the Moon here. There's a lot of fear associated with this energy, and fear, you know, can break down anyone. It can kind of make them crumble, or, you know, start to become manipulative, or just not very kind. You know, like I said, like going through unfair things can turn people cold. But I feel like this didn't break you, and isn't breaking you. And I feel like that is what is actually going to carry you forward to better. Is like the way that you've been handling what you're going through is going to end up, you know, when things go wrong in our life and people hurt us or we're treated unfairly, it's kind of, I've noticed like human nature in a sense to snap into like a revenge mentality, or I've got to get back at them, or I don't know, like trying to, feeling like you gotta I don't know, set the record straight. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say here, but what I'm getting at is the best thing that we can do is we can say, I know who I am. I know what I stand for. I know what I'm deserving of. I know what I believe in. You know, karma is a very real thing, and if you can carry yourself forward knowing that you're deserving of good things, that you've done this work on yourself, and you put out, you know, good energy, and you have a kind heart, like you are deserving of the good. Therefore, it's almost like you can move forward without giving it so much of your negative mental energy. which can easily happen. So I don't know, whoever I'm speaking to, good freaking work, because this is not an easy energy to be in when you're experiencing what you are. So I definitely think I'm speaking to a collective that should be very proud of themselves with the way that they are handling or have been or did handle what it is that they've kind of been dealing with here. Because this feels very unfair. But in your current energy, whether or not it feels like it, I do feel like the tables will turn, are turning, something of that nature. Okay, current energy here for Taurus changes with the Justice card. Yeah, because good fortune, I mean, it's all so positive on the other side of this. Current energy for Taurus. Oof. Taurus is feeling a little bit hopeless right now, and that's what I felt, because there's the Tower, and it's like, it definitely, I get this energy of like, no matter how hard I try, it doesn't seem to matter, or no matter how much work I put in or effort, like, it doesn't seem to matter. I keep getting treated unfairly, and it's gonna make anyone feel hopeless, right? Because you're like, I am continuing to show up in the best way that I know how, and it just does not feel like I'm being met there by the universe. Now, I think that I've kind of learned that our biggest growth moments, like the lessons that we're here on this earth school, we're here to learn, we're here to grow, we're here to evolve. The biggest lessons that we learn are through the periods that like could break us. That sounds really intense and really maybe a little bit dramatic, but depending on what you're going through, I feel like it could resonate, because it's like, whatever you're going through, like, you might be handling this in a way that would easily break someone else, or easily, it's like, it's not breaking you. Like, you're continuing to show up in this Emperor energy, like thinking that Queen of Pentacles, like in that grounded energy, in that powerful energy. And it still feels, I feel like things are not really, like, it's like, it doesn't matter. I might as well just show up like, or I might as well let it break me, because not letting it break me doesn't really matter. But it does matter, is what I guess I'm trying to say. Because you might feel hopeless right now. You might feel lost. You might feel confused. Why is this happening? What is going on? I feel like this is one of those big tests. Like, test is a strong word, but like one of those moments that is meant to push you to grow in ways that you're like here to grow. And I think that the way that you handle this is going to determine what you experience in the outcome. So again, just continuing, it's not saying like there's a right or wrong necessarily, but just continuing to show up with kindness and compassion and, love for yourself and for others, even those who are hurting you or have hurt you, which is, take it from me, certainly not an easy thing to do. Okay, current energy for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know about their current energy? This devil energy, oh my goodness. Let me clarify this devil. This devil feels like, okay. Okay. The Seven of Cups, Ten of Swords. Okay, yeah. I feel like in all things in this life, in pursuit of good, in anything, pursuit of love, pursuit of success, happiness, and I kind of talked about this at the beginning, there's always seems to be pushback. Like for me, I've certainly learned that when something good happens, like right before something good happens in my life, it usually is preceded or followed by a lot of not so good things happening. And the way that I handle the not so good things happening determines how good the next kind of thing that's coming is. Because, you know, life is about ups and downs. There's good, there's not so good. And then the way you handle the not so good determines the good. And I feel like what you need to know is, because I feel like there's this like pushback in your energy. It's like you're trying to move forward with love and kindness, compassion, all those things. And it just feels like you've got this devil energy, like something trying, like literally think in the biblical sense, like the way that the devil is portrayed. It's like it's always there, you know, the devil's always there to ruin the good, to get in the way of the positive. The way that I kind of see it is, you know, just kind of how the forces of the energy, or first forces of the universe work. You know, you've got the positive, you've got the negative. You can't have a life without both. Like that's the dichotomy of existence. Both exist, both are going to happen, but you kind of get to choose which one you lean into. Am I going to lean into the light? Am I going to lean into the dark? And I feel like this is about you continuing to lean into the light despite the darkness that you're experiencing. Which is probably the hardest thing on this earth to do, especially when you're kind of going through things that are just very unfair, like which I feel is very obvious in this energy, because I get this feeling it's like the tables will turn in your favor. They will, as long as you lean into the light. The tables will turn in your favor as long as you lean into the light, or keep leaning into the light. And just know that the energy that is trying to hold you back and trying to keep you from the good, it's not a reflection of you not being good enough, you not being deserving. It's not. It's more of a reflection of, you know, when we try to bring more good into this world, when we try to bring more love into this world, there always seems to be this pushback, but the light can always win. The light can always come out on top as long as you know, choose to continue to lean into it, especially when it's hard. I hope this is making sense. This is a very metaphorical reading. Okay, what else does Taurus need to know about their current energy? The Temperance. Patience. Patience is key, because I feel like I might be talking to a Taurus that's like, well, when are things going to get better? Like when? It's time. I'm ready. Like, I've been dealing with this for too long. Like patience. Patience is key right now. Grounding yourself in the faith that things are going to work out in the end. Again, focusing on what you can control, right? I talk about that in almost every single one of my readings. Focusing on what you can control, showing, because you can't control the people around you, but you can control your response to what is going on around you. And the way that you show up, the way that you respond to what's happening around you is what you create. If you show up and respond with fear and, you know, negative stuff, you're going to create negative stuff. But if you can show up with kind of the hard stuff, which is the faith and the compassion, despite the experience of, you know, maybe lacking compassion from others, or the things that have made it really hard for you to keep the faith, you know, things of that nature. Just continue to show up, because that's just continue to show up, Taurus. And I think that you're going to see that things are going to end up quite all right for you. And then some, with the Strength and the Ten of Cups and the good fortune. So what can Taurus expect moving forward? What can Taurus expect moving forward? Nothing can get in your way but you. I heard that as I was shuffling. So there's the Ten of Cups poking out. There's the King of Cups. There's the Six of Cups. There's the World. There's the Ace of Swords. And then here you are, whether you're male or female, King of Pentacles. There's the Strength. Whew, okay. Stay soft, Taurus. That seems to be the, like, stay soft. You know, so many people think that strength is about control and, you know, like force. But that's not actually what strength is. In fact, the need for control and the need for force is often actually a lack of, or a sign of weakness. Strength is the ability to stay soft, to stay open despite what you're going through. And I feel like this is very much talking about like the clarity, the breakthrough on the other side of this cycle that you're kind of dealing with. So stay soft. I feel like you have a lot of reasons to harden, a lot of reasons to show up in fear or just in negative energy. And I feel like the more that you don't, the better things are going to turn out. And I feel like I'm speaking to a collective that probably already knows this. And this is more just confirmation that like, yeah, like things are going to work out for you in the end. I really do feel that. I really do believe that here. So I do feel there will be clarity. This is kind of like the clarity after the storm, the rainbow, right? That we were kind of talking about. Like it's going to come. Everything passes. Everything is temporary. Everything passes. All right. Immediate future. Oof. Immediate future for Taurus. What can Taurus expect moving forward? The strength. That makes sense. The strength card to me can also kind of represent faith too. It's not just confidence in yourself, but it's confidence in spirit, in the universe. The universe has your back here. I feel like that's what, for me, when I've gone through periods where I felt like I was being treated unfairly or things were just not working out in my favor, one of the things that has kind of really set me free on my path is my ability to give it over and to say, universe, this is in your hands. I can't control this. I can't make this better. It's not my job to. My job is to continue to focus on what I control and give it over. And every time I do that, things always work out even better than I would have been able to make them work out. So sometimes you really do have to just give it over. And I feel like that's what Spirit is asking you to do with this reading. It's not just confidence in your ability to handle the hard stuff, which is absolutely important, but it's also knowing that you have the support of the universe as well throughout this process. All right, one more immediate future for Taurus, please. There's the Hierophant. There's the Seven of Cups. You're overwhelmed, you're lost, you're stuck, you're confused. All of those things I feel like are happening. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Everything that's happening is happening for a reason. And they feel like right now is not the time to have all of the answers. Right now is the time to, again, focus on what you can control and give the rest over. And as you continue to do that, I feel like you're going to see that perspective of taking on, I know the universe has my back. I know things are going to work out in my favor. I'm a good person. I'm deserving of good things. I show up with a good heart, and I'm going to continue to do that despite how, other people are treating me. The more that you do that, that doesn't mean just like just take shit from anyone, right? That's not what I'm saying. Set your boundaries, speak up for yourself, stand up for yourself, but also believe that, but also don't let those things change you for the worst, which I don't think you are. I don't think I'm speaking to a collective that will, but I feel like I'm speaking to a collective where those parts of them are really going to be tested. That shadow side of you really kind of getting triggered. But you've done so much work on yourself, Taurus, and I feel like, again, I'm speaking to a collective that should be very proud of the way that they're handling things. Continue to handle things the way that you are. This feels more like a confirmation reading than anything. Just know that things, I feel like tables will turn in your favor. Just continue to show up. All right, Taurus, I'm going to hop on over to the extended. In this extended reading, we're going to dive into what you can do right now to ensure you're moving forward in alignment with your higher self. Information for that is in the description box below. Thank you so much, Taurus, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Taurus.